right, and we're back. Sorry about the drop of power there. We are back on and rolling. Dustin Buck to the inside, Ben Park, as they complete their first lap here. Ben Park will lead the first lap on the outside. You see Alan Wernicke, one of the championship contenders there, in third place. But so far, all Ben Park there, out in front now by about 4 car lengths. And the draft matters a lot here at Michigan. Oh, one down pit road. Who was that? That was Zachary Cox is going to go for a ride down pit road. Definitely going to get a speeding penalty there as he gathered it up. They may clear it for him. We'll see what happens. Ben Park, however, still staying out front. These cars really loose through the middle and center off. You almost have to steer it off the corner. Still, right now, the guy in the best position to win the championship, Alan Wernicke, there in that third spot, as he rides behind his teammate Dustin Buck. With a little bit of pressure from behind, but not too much, and that's Tyler Aspinall in that 49. Dylan Dunford in the 94. Sorry, Aspinall in the 45. As we look for some Chad Waller. Chad Waller up one position now to 16th. So he started trying to make his way through the field. Evan Bacino up 6 spots since the beginning. Josh Fox, another one of your championship drivers there in the 8. Currently running P8, down one position from the start. Also one of the most improved drivers here in the Extreme Forces Racing League SCR ARCA Series. But still, all Ben Park at the front. A look back here from Ben Park's car. We see a lot of these guys moving up to the higher groove here through turns 1 and 2. We'll see what Park does here in 3 and 4. Early in the runs, the lower side is going to be faster, but as these cars get a little tighter, that high side might be the way to go. And here comes Wernicke. See, he's searching for the first place position. He looks inside of Ben Park now. And a caution is out. Kyle Lingerfeld is off track. Their first caution of the race. Let's see what happened there. All right, here we go. Ooh, so Chaput and Lingerfeld getting in together. They're on the back stretch, it looks like. Roll it back a little bit further. What happened there? Lingerfeld off of 2. Little sideways. Gets stuck on the wall. These cars kind of magnetized to the wall. He's trying to pull it off, trying to gather it up. Oh, but he grabs Chaput, puts Chaput in the outside wall. And Lingerfeld slides to the infield. Will he get the wall? He does get a little left front. That's going to really hurt the left front. I think that tire is done. So that'll be Lingerfeld's first repair. And while we have a second, let's go back and look and see what happened to Zachary Cox as he spun down pit road early in that run. Yeah, just loose, overcorrects it, and down pit road he goes. All right, so Dustin Buck, Farron Elam, Devin Bacino, all these guys getting the pit road this time by. Buck's going to be your first guy off. Devin Bacino not far behind him. He's going to gain a couple positions there. He'll be up to P13 now, Bacino. Alan Wernicke, one of your championship drivers, choosing to stay out there. Josh Fox as well in the 8. Chad Waller hit pit road, but he is now -1 position from the start of the race. He'll be P18. And Wernicke off to the races on this restart. If you're in the chat, yes, we did have a power outage in between qualifying and race. So we are back and fully running. Just worked our first caution here for Michigan International Raceway. Warnicki already out to about a 4-car length lead here over second place Dylan Dunford. We did see some guys hit pit road. But Warnicki working that second groove really well on the bottom there. As he rolls it up off the corner, he'll be about 5-car lengths ahead of Ellingson and Dunford. Over half a second now over Dunford. The race on track right now is for that second spot. Jake Ellingson putting the pressure on Dylan Dunford. You see Ben Park just behind them. But Ellingson now to the inside of Dunford. Dunford, a previous series champion in the ARCA cars. Safe to say he knows how to get his way around Michigan International Speedway. Down the backstretch they go. Ben Park now to the inside Ellingson as he looks underneath. And Park making short work of Ellingson as he powers through the middle of the corner. He'll be able to clear up off here. Will Ellingson be able to cross it over? Park kind of blocks that from happening. He's going to take his angle away, but no, Ellingson to the inside now into 2 or into 1. A great race for third now. And actually third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh all working here. Ben Park to the inside now of Ellingson again. Looking underneath, nothing there right now. We'll look to get a run down the front stretch. As these two trade back and forth for third place. So far, it's been all Alan Warnicki at the front now. Early on, it was Ben Park. Now Warnicki. Dylan Dunford on a rail behind him, though. Really closing the gap to him. Down to half a second. He was out to almost a second. And Dunford breaking away from the guys behind him as he chases down our leader. Let's go on board with Mr. Dunford. Dunford works that wheel. He's actually getting some ground gain now. Over a 10th in the last lap here to Warnicki. Warnicki starting to get a little loose, a little fade. And Dunford looking to pounce. Dunford really letting it kind of roll the entry there. You hear him pick the throttle back up about halfway through the corners. He's chasing Warnicki. He's got Warnicki's draft. He's going to use that to his advantage down the front stretch. We'll see if he can roll the corner just a little bit better than Allen here through 1 and 2. Allen with a higher entry. Dylan really working that low line. And he does. He gains another 10th off of 2. You see Warnicki with a little loose off. Warnicki blocking the inside line there. Warnicki forces it down that time. I don't know if that's going to cost him here off the corner or not. We'll see. Looking pretty good off the corner for Warnicki as he opens that lead back up. Yellow caution is out. Farron Elam Jr. has crashed. Let's see what happened there. Another victim of the wall magnet. It looked like. We see Zachary Cox in the wall there. Zach coming off of turn 2. A little loose. Wall magnet. Pulls it off the wall. Catches Farron Elam Jr. As well as, that would be Bradley Steffen, I believe, in the 89. It was. Tough break for Farron Elam Jr. Having a decent run there up at the front. One of our most improved drivers in the season. Decisions at the front of the field. Somebody stays out. That's Derek Chaput. Caught up in that first incident. That'll kind of shake things up at the front a little bit for now. We see Elam and Bradley Steffen still on pit road trying to get some repairs complete as the pace car works turns 3 and 4. And Steffen is rolling now. Lights on the pace car are off. We'll be going green flag racing next time by. Chaput choosing the inside line. That's Brady Floyd to his outside. And the 65 of Kyle Ingerfelt to the inside in the third spot. So some race strategy here from the 20 and the 65, as well as Derek Chaput in that 37. Brady Floyd up 21 spots since the beginning of the race here on some pit strategy. Let's check in with our playoff drivers. Currently, Alan Wernicke showing in P3. Devin Bacino showing currently P15. And I think that's 16 actually on the outside line. Chad Waller right behind him in that 66 machine. That's 18th place. And Josh Fox is currently P12 in that number 8 green machine. As they come off of 4, we'll be going green flag racing again here from Michigan International Speedway. Derek Chaput has the control. He's going to go. Lingerfelt looking underneath Floyd. As Chaput rockets out to the front. Lingerfelt looking to clear Floyd here. Lingerfelt caught up in that early incident where he got into the wall off of 2. Warnicki to the inside. That's new versus old tires right there. And Warnicki just throwing it on the bottom. Here he comes now for the lead. As he's going to look under Chaput. Derek not going to give it to him easily. Derek goes to the bottom. Makes Warnicki go around the outside. And with new tires, makes it look easy. Dunford looking to clear Chaput as quickly as possible as he gives chase now to Warnicki. Dunford around the outside. Aspinall behind them looking to get by as well. Ooh, little wiggle from Lingerfelt. Almost catching Ben Park. A little further back we see Bacino. Making a massive ground. He's up 8 positions since the drop of this flag. Josh Fox has fallen in that 8 machine. And he is in the middle of the fray. Another one to the outside wall. That's Brady Floyd. People scatter. They're wrecking. Three wide off the corner. Tough here with these loose cars. See if we can look at behind him. He's trying to avoid Floyd, who's in the wall there in front of them. Just comes across Steffen's inside. Oh man, Farron Elam Jr. getting caught up in it as well again. Zachary Cox gets a little bit. Look at the 15. Is he going to make it through? No. Steffen's going to catch him in the right rear. That's Austin Green. Not what Warnicki wanted to see. Dunford likes it, though. A lot of cars hitting the pit road here. Some of the damaged ones from that incident, as well as some of those guys looking at tire and fuel strategy as well. One of those guys would be Dean Qualley, as he's going to get some tires. Lots of different strategies playing out here tonight at Michigan. Bacino pitting early, but showing speed there lends me to believe he just got tires on that pit stop. He's up 9 positions. Waller, he's up 5. Josh Fox dropping. Josh maybe not taking a set yet. But lots of different strategy calls from these guys. We know Alan Warnicki took some early, or in this last run. As that's how he was able to power by everybody with such ease. If you're in the chat, give us a shout out. Let me know who you're rooting for here in that top 4. I'll put it on the screen for you one more time. That's Devin Bacino, Chad Waller, Josh Fox, and Alan Warnicki. Pick your driver. So far, it's been Alan Warnicki's show. But is he on the right strategy? We shall see as we continue to wind down the laps here from Michigan International Raceway. It's going to be a wild finish. Let me know in the chat who's your guy. Come on, hit me up. Let me know. Right now, it's Alan Warnicki. He's going to lead him to the green flag. The lights on the pace car are off. We're going to roll down the backstretch through 3 and 4. That pace car is going to take a hard left turn, and they're going to hit the loud pedal, as Josh would say, and we'll be back racing here at Michigan. Dylan Dunford showing pace early. Ben Park as well. Don't count those guys out. Tyler Aspinall kind of biding his time behind them. And look who's creeped himself into that top 10 picture, as we've seen him do all season long. He's up to P8, I believe. Maybe 9th? 7th? 7th it is. Pacino. Mama Ellingson says Alan Warnicki for the win. We'll see. He's showing strong so far. But does he have the right strategy? That is the question. A little checkup behind them. Warnicki out. Dylan Dunford's not going to let him get away. Tyler Aspinall is going to come through. Speaking of coming through, here comes Chaput. Down to the bottom goes Chaput as he looks under Aspinall. Doesn't clear up in front of him. Dunford content right now with riding. Still looking for his first win of the season here. That would be an accomplishment to say the least from him, as he's had a rough one. Bill Dunford working hard behind that wheel. But those guys behind him really working. Here comes Devin Bacino. He is now up to P4. As he works around the outside now of Jake Ellingson. Pacino clearing into 4th. Now he hunts Tyler Aspinall. And in the top 5, we have 2 of our championship drivers, Alan Warnicki and Devin Bacino. Alan Warnicki, your leader. We'll see how long that'll last. Dunford all over it. Dunford around the outside of Warnicki with ease. Allen looking underneath one more time through 1 and 2. That was 3 and 4. Across the finish line, Dylan Dunford's going to lead that lap. Kurt Norville says Ben Park's going to win the race. Yeah, Ben has a good chance at winning the race. He was fastest in qualifying. But who is going to be our championship racer? Is it going to be Alan Warnicki? Is it going to be Devin Bacino? Is it going to be Josh Fox, who's held his own, hanging out there in that 12th spot? That race ain't over for him. And where is Chad Waller, you might ask? Well, as usual, working his way through the field, and he has found himself into the top 10. He is now currently 9th. All 4 guys with a decent chance and shot at this championship. This is a winner takes all. Whoever beats the other 3 will be your champion. So it's the Dunford show at the front. Alan Warnicki following short behind him. Aspinall has crawled into that picture. That top 3 you could throw a blanket over at this point. Then you got about a half a second to 3/4 of a second gap back to Bacino, who's actually getting some pressure now from a Jake Ellingson. Ellingson to the bottom. Bacino just content holding that high line. Ellingson clears up in front of him. Here comes Brady Floyd. Really close racing between these guys. Warnicki now working hard to get back past Dylan Dunford. Let's go on board with Alan Warnicki. Side by side down the front stretch they go. Dylan Dunford gonna have the preferred line here on the outside, as Warnicki's gonna have to work that bottom if he wants to make this pass. Dunford able to get back to the throttle. Will he cross it over? No, he's not able to. Warnicki protecting the inside. Interesting choice by him, as Dunford back to the outside where he feels comfortable. Warnicki gaps Dunford through turns 3 and 4. See if Dunford comes back to him now. "25 laps to go from Michigan in this SER Finale 65. from Extreme Forces Racing League. Pacino, Waller, Fox, and Warnicki all racing for the championship. Warnicki has it locked in right now. One car hitting pit road. That's Derek Chaput, one of the guys that stayed out in the last run. Let's see if that pays dividends here. Zachary Cox hitting pit lane as well. Hopefully on purpose this time. Dunford getting behind Warnicki now, kind of learning that line. What did Allen use to get by me? He wonders. Looks for like it is a scheduled pit stop for Zachary Cox, as he's now leaving pit road. Brady Floyd is coming, and I believe he may have the newest tires. Let's look at those stint lengths. He indeed does. Looks like he may have about 15 lap old tires versus their 22 lap old tires. So that's why you see his pace a little bit better than the leaders. Last time by, he was 0.2 faster than the leaders. And now that 0.2 has become no tenths. Last time by, he was half a second faster than the guy in front of him. That's Brady Floyd. As you see, as he closes that gap to Dylan Dunford. Brady Floyd to the inside now. Dean Qualley hitting pit road. He's leaving pit. Dean Qualley on fresh tires. We saw him pop fuel. He must have just hit pit road and get enough fuel to get to the end. Interesting choice on his part, knowing he had some of the newer tires on track. See some of the pit times there. But again, stint length of Warnicki. A 7-lap older tires probably than Brady Floyd. Brady Floyd now hunting the lead. Brady winning the first race of the season and then kind of falling away. Not seeing much of him since then. Aaron Elam Jr. and Daniel Stagner, as well as Devin Pacino hitting pit lane. So maybe some strategy there from Pacino, kind of letting those tires not get beat up. Dunford on pit road. When will the leaders pit? I would imagine that Allen will wait for Brady Floyd to get by him. Or until he has to absolutely pit. Brady Floyd to the outside now. He is there. Almost a dead heat between those two through the middle of that corner. As green flag pit stops continue. Rowdy Tony Richardson on pit road now. Aspinall and Ben Park now onto pit road. Oh, Ben Park hard into the inside wall. Stefan in behind them. Brady Floyd, your new leader, as he gives chase to Dylan Dunford in front of him. Dylan having hit pit road already. Bacino behind them. Here comes Bacino to try to get past the leader. That's on new tread for him. So every second he can make up now is one more second that he will gain on the leaders. And the longer they stay out, the worse off they'll be. It looks like Warnicki might be looking for pit road here. He in fact is. Warnicki elects to go with 4. See Warnicki at the bottom of your screen. You see Bacino go by at full speed. So that's the difference that was made up by that early pit by Bacino. Almost half a straightaway. But the story of the day right now is Jake Ellingson and your leader. Still having to hit pit road as well, I believe. Look at their stint links here. Yep, 31 for him. You got a couple guys behind them that are about 30. Warnicki hit pit road at 29. So these guys really trying to stretch this fuel out. Ellingson might have been looking for pit road there as he got away from the throttle. It looked like he'll go around at least one more time. Dustin Buck as well. Out of those guys that have hit pit road already, Dylan Dunford there in 6th position is your, by technicality, ability to win the race if he's good on gas. If anybody in front of him is good on gas, they would have a serious advantage over 18 seconds, maybe 25 seconds over Dylan Dunford. There's only 5 drivers in that category. That's Jake Ellingson, Dustin Buck, Devin Smith, Kyle Lingerfelt, and Austin Green. Jake Ellingson getting to pit road that time. Buck continues. His stint length has about 5 more laps in it, 5 or 6. Looks like the most anyone's really run was that 33 by Ellingson. Some really close racing from those guys there. And then you see Lingerfelt and Austin Green behind them. Then you have Dunford about 14 seconds back from Austin Green. and losing major time to Dylan every lap that ticks off the board. And you have this race. One of the more important races on track, and that's between Devin Bacino and Alan Warnicki. Right now, those two are your top performers for the race and are your would-be series champions. This may be the race for it all, right here. Alan Warnicki on newer tires to the outside. Bacino on about 5 or 6 lap older tires to the inside. But don't blink now, because I talked about it earlier. One of the closers, one of the guys you underestimate, but who's been lurking all season long, is now lurking again. 2.5 seconds back is Chad Waller. Nine laps to go. Is it enough time for Waller to get himself to the front? He's on the same tire strategy as Warnicki, though. And Warnicki has now driven away from Bacino by a second, almost a second and a half. Lingerfelt looking for pit road. Brady Floyd has gotten by Dylan Dunford. 8 laps to go. Buck, your leader. Austin Green is currently second. Again, we look at stint lengths. That's 30 laps on Buck and Green. 7 for Floyd and Warnicki. Looks like Brady Floyd might steal this one. Austin Green. Will he look for pit road here? He will. That will surrender the lead to one Brady Floyd. With a comfortable lead for Floyd as well. And gaining ground on Dunford. Warnicki is gating about a 10th a lap, though. Brady Floyd crosses the line, 6 laps to go. What does Dylan Dunford have for him? It doesn't look like much. A second back now for Dunford. Alan Warnicki right behind them. Devin Bacino praying for a caution now as he's under pressure from Waller. Waller's going to get by him. To the inside, Waller goes. Clean pass from Waller. Can Waller do anything about Warnicki? 3 seconds, 6 laps. It's going to be a tall order without a caution. Make that 5 laps to go here from Michigan International Speedway in the SCR finale. Extreme Forces Racing League. Brady Floyd showing how strategy works. Puts himself out on the point. See Austin Green coming into the picture there in front of him, but Austin Green on new tires should be able to drive away from Brady Floyd. Josh Fox in 8th position, staying pretty consistent, only one spot off where he started. And now all of our playoff contenders, championship contenders, all in the top 10. 3 of them in the top 5. 3rd, 4th, and 5th, respectively. That's Alan Warnicki, Chad Waller, and Devin Bacino. Warnicki looking under Dunford. Dunford tries to protect his position here. Chad Waller has cleared Bacino. Dunford to the outside now. Three laps to go. Brady Floyd 1 second ahead of these guys. He's actually starting to fade a little bit. It's now Warnicki making the pass by Dunford for second. Can Warnicki get to the lead in 3 laps? We'll see what he can do. And how willing is Brady Floyd to just give it to him? Probably not very willing. Oh, Chaput into the outside wall. He's going to keep it clean, though. As he doesn't yank it off the wall and wreck everybody. Brady Floyd 1 second over Alan Warnicki with 2 to go. As they come out of turns 3 and 4. They'll work down the front stretch to the white flag. One more safe time around for Brady Floyd, and this race will be his. And Brady Floyd is going to be your winner here from the SCR Finale 65. That's Brady Floyd, the winner. Alan Warnicki, however, your championship driver this season and first ever Extreme Forces Racing League champion. Congratulations to him. Dylan Dunford will take home that 3rd place spot. Brady Floyd, your winner, but the man of the hour. And that's Alan Warnicki. That's your race winner and Brady Floyd. And now your championship winner, Alan Warnicki, burning it down, brings it into Gatorade victory lane here on the front stretch. And we'll have a word with all of our competitors in the top 3 there. And Mama Ellingson called it. So way to go. Eddie Morris says Bacino would have been a better champ. And that's a championship for Buck Wild Racing as well, as you see all 4 of them there. They will win the team championship as well. All right, let's see if we can get a word with our third place finisher in Dylan Dunford. Dylan, it's Joe in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Well, buddy, it was a whale of a race. You put on the best show of your season this season, I think. You were competitive all race long, and you had some of the strategy working for you, but Alan just able to get by you guys there at the end.
Yeah, man, I wanted this one bad, especially the way the season went. Um, I felt like I had speed all season long, just couldn't. I couldn't get any luck, couldn't put races together. So ran good, just couldn't finish them good. So it is what it is.
Yeah, you're no stranger to this championship thing, and I'm sure you'll be back again next season with these guys running for it again.
Oh yeah, that's the plan.
Well, congratulations on third place finish and a great performance from you here from Michigan. Um, what do you think about the championship? Was it a good run? What do you think about the season overall?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good season overall. I definitely think that the top four, the final four there, I think they definitely deserved it. I know Devin's probably a little upset. I mean, he felt like he dominated most of the season, but that's how it goes sometimes. But congrats to Allen and Brady on the win on the race. So
Absolutely. Well, Dylan, we'll see you again next season, and maybe you'll get a little bit better run at it next season.
I'm gonna try, man. Thank
All
you.
right, buddy. All right. Next, we got Brady Floyd, your race winner, in the booth with us. Brady, a heck of a race, great strategy, gets you to the front.
Yeah, another week, another time where if everything stays green, I'm in a position to win the race because I play the strategy right. So, again, definitely not the fastest car, especially at the start of the race. Didn't get any practice. Both my qualifying laps, I hit the wall. So it was just a matter of trying to not do that during the race and learn the track it faster. So I was
Yeah,
able to do that and come out on top.
it seems like you drive the looser cars better than you drive the tight cars. Would that be a fair assumption?
Um, I don't really know about that. I do think I save the tires better than a lot of the guys here. So I think that combined with I mean I saw a lot of people burning the right front off getting through the field, and so I took the 5 lap fresher tires there at the start of the really long green flag run we had. Um, and I just tried to not burn them off while picking my way through the field, and I was able to work my way to the lead by the time everybody else was pitting, and then able to run it a few laps longer to uh, I guess maintain track position because I ran it longer and then I only took 2 tires on that final pit stop. So that was ultimately the call that won me the race. So it was really loose for a while. I had to wait till they warmed up to get past Dylan, and then it was just about holding on for dear life, not running the tires off, not running too fast, um, but just fast enough to keep Alan behind. 2 more laps and he would have been past me. So played it
Absolutely.
perfect.
Any sponsors or shout outs you want to give before I let you go on this final race of the SER racing season?
Absolutely. Well, we got to thank SER for sponsoring the series. Thank you to Dean for putting it on. It's a great league as always. Anything he touches is really great as far as leagues go. So, like to thank him personally for giving me the invite and let me join him for this series. Got to thank the sponsors on the car, Four Cloak Media. So you can find him at fourcloak.net or twitch.tv/fourcloak. Got to thank Pierce Graphics and Adria Esports as well. And then quick shout out to the two teammates that were helping me tonight, Tyler Aspinall and Brad Stefane. Um, we got to thank them so much and thank you guys for putting it on. So,
Absolutely. Go ahead and back and watch that back. Have a good one, Brady. Good job, and we'll see you again next season.
yeah, absolutely.
All right, last but certainly not least, you may not have been able to get yourself all the way to the front there at the end. A couple more laps, you definitely had that thing in the bag. But a wild, dominating performance from you, Alan, all night long. Talk me through the strategy, and were you worried at any point?
Well, the strategy was try to stay out of trouble and save tire, which is kind of easier said than done. But kind of made it happen. I put a lot of laps in practice. Not really qualifying, but just different lines and tire strategy. Knowing that we couldn't make it on one if it went green, so just saving tire and see where it puts me. After the last set of pit stops and we could all make it, I knew there had to be different strategies in front of me because there was such a big gap. So you just run lap times and hopefully it works out.
So when you came out of pit road with new tires, about the late in that last run, you had a green flag stop. Bacino goes by you full speed. You're about half a straightaway behind him. Were you worried at that point? Maybe. I may have waited a little bit too long.
I did until the Buck Wild guys got on Discord and let me know that he did not have 4 tires. So that was a little bit more reassuring. And then knowing I had led the most for the extra point. I mean, even if I would have finished behind Devin, it would have been all right. So
Yeah, for sure. You led the most laps. You dominated most of the race early on, and you found yourself in the perfect spot at the end to take the championship. Congratulations on the first ever Extreme Forces Racing League championship in the ARCA series. Great job, Alan. All season long, you were consistent, and that's what it takes to be a champ. So congratulations on that. Do you have anybody you want to thank, or shout outs, or sponsors?
there's quite a list here. I didn't get very many interviews. I don't think I won a race this year. So Dean, first off, for running the league and keeping this whole thing organized, and he did a great job. And then the other admins, I know they help out quite a bit in both series. Brandon and Mick. The season sponsor for Stanley Everett Racing. Appreciate those guys. Dean always had extra little winning pots for us, so that was kind of fun to race for. Intensity Broadcasting, you guys kill it. It's so much fun to go back and watch races and see where you messed up, or just kind of watch the rest of the race because you don't get to see much running out the windshield sometimes. So you guys do a great job. And then I believe, yeah, Buck Wild Racing won the team championship. Those
They
guys
sure
were
did.
huge. Lee wasn't able to make it tonight. Dustin and Jake, like I said, tonight they were super helpful, just kind of talking me off the ledge and letting me know that I should have better tires, and they were kind of relaying lap time, saying 3/10 quicker, 4/10 quicker. So that's definitely helpful to be able to hear it, not have to look for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Ellen, again, congratulations. And as you said, I'll echo that. Dean Quali putting on a quality product here at Extreme Forces Racing League. If you're interested in getting involved and getting on the track and trying to beat Alan as he goes to defend his championship next season, definitely reach out to Dean Quality or us at Intensity Broadcasting on Facebook. And we'll try to get you hooked up with these guys. An awesome league, some awesome drivers, and there's some feuds, there's some battles along the way, huh, Alan? But in the end, it all is for fun, and that's what matters. So, congratulations.
I appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Take care. Have a good night.
Yeah, we'll talk to you later.
And that about wraps it up here from Michigan International Speedway, where Alan Warnicki put in on a dominant performance, taking out Bacino, Waller, and Fox to take that championship away. We'll see you again next season on Monday nights when Extreme Forces Racing League gets back to the track and we get a schedule. Until then, it's been fun. It's been a pleasure. I've had a great time calling the races every week for you. If you're watching on the broadcast, continue watching. We've got races every night of the week. Extreme Forces Racing League on Intensity Broadcasting, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Check out our shop at intensitybroadcasting.com. And as usual, as Atman Weiss would say, that is it for this season. Over and out.